Let me ask you something honestly. No pressure, just think. Do you know someone who talks a lot about money, but somehow never seems to have any? They always have plans, big plans, very confident plans. They say things like, next year everything will change. Bro, I figured it out. Just wait and watch. And you listen. You nod your head. Because it sounds convincing, but months pass, years pass, and nothing changes. The bank balance stays the same. Sometimes it even goes down. Today, I want to talk about a truth that most people don't like hearing. Most people are not poor because they are lazy. They are not poor because they are stupid. Most people are poor because they talk too much. Now relax. Before you get angry, let me say this clearly. Talking is not wrong. Talking is human. Talking is normal. But talking at the wrong time to the wrong people for the wrong reasons is very expensive. Not immediately, but slowly. Let's start with the first trap. Talking feels productive. When you talk about your goals, something interesting happens in your brain. You explain your business idea. You describe your future plans. You tell people what you're about to do, and your brain feels rewarded. It feels like work happened. It feels like progress happened. Your brain says, good job, you're serious about life. But if we're honest, nothing actually happened. No money was saved, no skill improved, no uncomfortable action was taken. You only talked. Talking gives you the feeling of progress. Silence creates real progress. Let's be honest again. Some of the smartest financial discussions in the world happen in very funny places. Tea stalls, roadside cafes, office lunch breaks, two people, one cup of tea, and suddenly they are running the world economy. Stocks, crypto, business ideas, politics, real estate, everything is discussed. Everything is solved. After 2 hours, everyone goes home, same income, same habits, same problems. Talking became entertainment, not execution. That's why many people stay stuck for years. They don't lack information. They lack silence and action. Now let's talk about quiet people. Every office has one. Every neighborhood has one. They don't talk much. They don't explain everything. They don't announce plans. Sometimes people even underestimate, but quietly, they move ahead. They listen more than they speak. They watch others make mistakes. They learn without making noise. When you stay silent, you stop trying to impress people. You stop proving. You stop explaining. And something important happens. You start thinking clearly. You make fewer emotional decisions. You spend less money unnecessarily. You focus on skills instead of stories. This is how silence helps you make money. Not magically, not overnight, but practically, slowly, safely. Less talking means fewer bad decisions. There is another hidden cost of talking too much. Opinions. The more you talk about your money plans, the more opinions you invite. One person says, this won't work. Another says, this is risky. Someone else says, my cousin tried this and failed. Now your mind is full, not with clarity, but with confusion. And confused people don't build wealth. Quiet people protect their direction. They choose one path. They walk it quietly. They adjust silently. Talking also creates pressure. When you talk about success, you feel pressure to look successful. You feel like you need a better phone, better clothes, a better lifestyle. Not because you need it, but because people are watching. That's how money leaks out. Quiet people don't feel that pressure. They don't need validation. They don't need approval. They don't need applause. And that silence saves money more than most budgeting apps. Here's something very powerful. In negotiations, salary, business, even daily life, the person who talks less often has more power. Silence creates pressure. Silence makes the other person speak more. Silence reveals information. Silence is not weakness. Silence is control. Most people don't lose money logically. They lose money emotionally. They talk when they are excited. They talk when they are angry. They talk when they are scared. They react fast. They decide fast. They regret later. Quiet people pause. They wait. They breathe. They think. Waiting is uncomfortable, but waiting is profitable. Let me be very clear now. I am not saying never talk. I am not saying become silent forever. I am saying learn when to talk. Talking isn't wrong. Talking at the wrong time is expensive. So next time you feel like explaining your plans, announcing your goals, or proving that you're smart, pause. Ask yourself one question. Is this helping my future or just feeding my ego? Because sometimes the most powerful move you can make is saying nothing. Remember this, talking feels productive. Silence actually is.